welcome back to the channel. Now this is a video that I'm going to say a little bit nervous to make, because do you know what, ever since I came to Ireland, the one car that every single Irish man, woman seems to talk about is the Toyota Corolla, the AE86, or more affectionately known over here as the twin cam. I've managed to get myself into a lot of different cars, but the AE86 was the one car that I was like, I have to almost do this car justice, because it seems to have universal appeal with teenage Irish boys, and even teenage Irish boys that have grown up and are now older men. They still enjoy the twin cam whenever they see one. I'm used to seeing Julian Smith of Garage G turn into from a 45-year-old to a 15-year-old in about 10 seconds flat.
This is the Corolla twin cam AE86. This is the legend of Irish drifting. This is just fucking epic.
To me,
this is what
the twin cam itself seems to be a religion. And I mean that. People drive AE86s on their wedding day. Or around them on their wedding day. There's an old saying in Ireland, if the crossroad's empty, give her plenty. Now people tend to do this thing called diffing. So I had a quick look on the internet and had a look for some definitions of what diffing was.
Diffing, a term used in Ireland for spinning a rear-wheel drive car in circles, what Americans would call a donut, very popular in Mark II Escorts, 80s, 90s BMWs and twin cams.
Context. So you should have seen the lads diffing the twin cams last night outside Dungannon. I don't even know where Dungannon is, but I'm guessing it's somewhere in Ireland. The main thing about all of this is that I needed to get myself into one of these cars. There's so much history and so much cultural context to these things. But then I found out that there's obviously two types of cars. You can have a UK kitted one or a UK spec one, or you can have a Japanese spec one, and there is definitely two sides of the cam. You sit on one side or the other. It's really funny. So I managed to get myself a Japanese version and I took it for a drive, and I have to admit the thing made me smile. And the fact that I could see people literally getting out their camera phones to watch me come down the lane in this thing really cemented the fact that people are really happy when they see a twin cam. It seems to be a pastime of a lot of people and reminds them of their youth or something like that. But in here right now, I did actually lose the footage of the outside of the car, so I'm just going to put a picture from my Instagram just here. Whoops. Then I wanted to have a look at a UK spec car, and the thing about Ireland is, as I've said so many times before, everybody always knows somebody who's got something in a garage which is pristine condition and only comes out on certain Sundays. So I asked James if he knew anybody, if they had a mint UK spec AE86 hiding, and he said, you know what? I've got just the guy. So I ended up driving up to Kilkenny with James to check out this car, and then it turns out he's also got a drift car which is an AE86 as well. And guys, these two cars blew my mind. I couldn't get over them. You can ring someone up and someone goes, I know someone who's got a mint one of these, and then before you know it, you can be heading up for the afternoon to have a look at something, which is exactly where I am. I am coming to look at some twin cams, and apparently these two are the best in the business. One's a drift car, one's a UK spec road car, and from what I can already see, these are probably the best condition cars I've seen since I've come to Ireland. Cue the music. Right, so this is Adrian Walsh, that is James Dean, he's my designated driver for the evening. Talk me through this, because this is a UK spec, very, very mint. I mean, I haven't seen paint as good as this since I saw my own car, which is, I don't know, 10 months ago. Yeah, so long. Talk me through it.
Yeah, so we have UK spec AE86 Corolla here. Usually in Ireland we call them UK spec because they run the little 13-inch Revolution wheels, Jan speed exhaust. What else? The mud flaps. You can't leave out the mud flaps.
Oh yeah, that's apparently a big thing. From what I've read, the reason why these cars were so... I've got lipstick on my hands, sorry guys. The reason why these were so popular was it's like an Irish teenage boy's like dream to have one of these cars. It was rear wheel drive, it was relatively easy to tax, relatively easy to insure.
Yeah, back in the rally days, like maybe 20 years ago here, Corollas were obviously 10 a penny. You could buy them like for 1,500 quid, like.
Yeah.
And the only wheels you could get back then was like Superlights or Revolutions, and the only obviously parts were very limited, so all you could get was like a Jan speed exhaust system, and usually lads used to put CB aerials and the 4 spotlights on the front, and that was it. Just they used to get like ragged to that every night, every crossroads.
Well, you see, I hear about this because it's the same sort of era. It's a 1985, so as you know, my E21 was a 1983. You all talking about E21s that you used to just take up the field?
In the field, yeah. Like those cars right now, you just want to keep them getting mint and, you know, keep.
But you guys were out there back in the day, just wrecking shit.
I know, it's very hard to find examples like this now.
But this is ridiculous. Yeah. Like, it's the cleanest car I've seen since I came to Ireland, 100%. I mean, by the way, this is amazing as well, the Cosworth. He's got some taste, boys. And in my 2 favourite colours as well, because this is the next car that we'll be looking at, and that is actually your competition car, which is how James and Adrian know each other, because they do drift stuff. I was going to show you inside the car because I have to. It's a bit different to the one that I drove. This one's unreal. Like, look at all the upholstery and everything. And how long have you had this car?
I have it 3 years now.
3 years, and you gently sort of tuck it up at night and give it a little wipe over every now and then.
It's my Sunday car.
Sunday
when
car.
It's not raining.
Well, yeah, I can imagine it's a handful.
So cruising around car.
I feel like I'm going to put this video up and people that know what they're looking at, because that's not entirely me, if I'm honest. I know that these cars are special, but for the twin cam enthusiasts of the world, the Julian Smiths, Alan Longs, those sort of people, that's a real rub yourself down moment.
My brother then was like the E30 generation, so it was like E30s and twin cams.
But the Banana Mobile, so that's UK spec, this is Jap spec, but this is actually a drift car, and it's also got an LS engine in it, and it's also, I mean, it's cool. I really like it. Let's have a quick look under the bonnet. See, that's awesome. Look at that though, that's ridiculous. And it's very nicely done as well. It's like, look, everything's nice and clean. It looks like you've sort of shaved the bay away. Lots of braided hoses everywhere. Nice. Turnkey.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
He's living the dream out here, guys, and he's got a chimney. He is.
That's the latest edition.
I love the colour on this. You haven't drifted it for a couple of years though, because I was going to say, because unless you are an animal, like, you've still got sills.
Believe it or not,
and like,
I have actually drifted it. I just
carefully.
I still have fun in it.
Yeah, this is very cool.
If I break something, I will get it fixed, because it's just me. I'm a little bit of OCD, like.
A little bit, really? I hadn't really noticed.
Anyone that knows me knows I have a.
Likes his car is mint.
Yeah.
Sequential box.
I was going to say, for everyone in here, it's got a lovely Sansona sequential box. Is that the same handbrake in yours?
No, but it's
it looks like it. And the old race pack in there as well.
Quick change. Rad is in the back as well, the radiator.
She's a serious machine. Oh yeah, that's exciting. I want to hear it start. So this is all for the glorious Insta shot that we're going to move the cars.
I had it warmed up and all just before you.
Oh really?
Yeah.
There's no 4-cylinder.
No, not at all. I feel very English, you know, when I get too excited about something and then I'm like, okay, remain calm. But it sounds wicked.
Sounds sick, yeah.
Now, LS engines, they divide people normally, don't they? Because people are like, how could you put an LS in something like so? But that goes together, the square in the square, the circle in the circle. I like that, it's good.
That's the sound of Irish rallying back 20 years ago. You'd see 50 of these cars just...
It's got a very particular noise to it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, how does it go? And again?
No.
Oh, look at them together.
Like...
So pretty. Wow. That's a picture.
Cool.
It is cool. It's genuine. Do you know what I love as well? It's like when you see another enthusiast, with someone who's like really poured a lot of time, effort, money, everything into a car, and you see the finished product and it is right there in front of you. It's something to be really proud of. It's very cool.
Definitely makes me happy.
Good. That's the main thing. It makes me happy. This one does. I love this one. I do like these, but it's an Irish thing for sure.
Yeah, oh, definitely. It's nice to have a road car and track car as well. So.
Yeah.
Four Corollas.
Banana machine. Yeah.
Anyone who lights in it during the week.
Oh, perfect.
So, if it gets dark, we're alright.
Okay. So
This is mint, isn't it?
it's
like mint.
absolutely gorgeous. I'm almost like being quiet because you know when you feel like you're driving someone's pride and joy, I feel very sort of like cautious of it.
Yeah. It's that clean, you just don't wanna...
But everything in it is
So good.
so good. Like all of the plastics are perfectly clean, nothing is chipped, nothing is faded, nothing is cracked. Even down to just like the leather steering wheel, the stitching is still good in it. I love the fact that this car is what it is. It's 1985 and it feels brand new. It's like it's never ever left the forecourt. It's only just left the forecourt. What do you say, go left?
Yeah.
Where's the...
There, on the right.
Oh! I was like, where is it? The gearbox in it as well, like you can tell that this has been really well looked after. Fair play to it. As I said, what I really enjoy about Ireland is that people have such passion for cars of a different era, and it like totally speaks to me. Like I love this. Sweet.
5 minutes later.
I'm only joking, I wouldn't do that to his car. Fair play to Adrian for letting me drive it, because you know what it's like when you drive someone's baby? I was being very, very cautious. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I had great fun making it. Make sure you subscribe, like, do all that good stuff. But other than that, that was my experience with the twin cam, the AE86. Absolutely love the cult following that they have here, and I can understand why. It's one of those cars that kind of gets under your skin and makes you smile. Guys, that's it for this week. I will see you again next week. Take care, look after yourselves, use hand sanitizer, all that stuff. See ya, bye.